Wrestlebuddy podcast, all about wrestling. Subscribe and follow for more content.
Welcome, Wrestlebuddies. I am the Joker, and I am joined by the man simply known as Steve. And we are proud to introduce you guys to the 2020 Superstar and Knockout of the Year, the Iron Woman, the homecoming queen of Impact Wrestling, the reigning champion, and the two-time Knockout Division champion, the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo.
How are you guys?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Okay, great. We'll kick. Tell us, how did the Virtuosa come to light, and what brought you to Impact Wrestling?
So the Virtuosa was a character that I, not really brought to life as a character when I was at Ring of Honor. They kind of just said you need a moniker, you need something else other than your name. So when I gave them Virtuosa, it kind of was able to take on a life of its own. Without needing any explanation or any vignettes or anything like that. And then, when I went to WWE, it was kind of the opposite of that. They really wanted me to hone in on this character. And then when I was able to come to Impact, 18 months ago, almost 2 years ago, I kind of had all of the foundation work done already, that I was able to hand them things I'd like to do and vignettes and character work and things like that. So Impact has really been able to bring me to life. And, obviously you listed all of my accolades. So I love where I am now.
Yeah. So does the knockout set give you a bit more pride? Does it come with a lot of pressure? How do you handle with all that? How do you deal with that?
I think at first when I won the Knockout Championship for the first time at Slammiversary last year, there was a ton of pressure because when I was released, I kind of came out of the gates like, screw that, I'm better than what I was doing, and I had all these ideas, and I was treated like crap. So you kind of put that target on your back of was it her fault or were they right about her? And I really wanted to prove that my former employer was wrong. I had so much potential. I had so much to give. And Impact was the first place to allow me to do that. So I wanted to do right by them. I wanted to do right by me and betting on myself and taking a chance on myself, make sure that it was worth it. And obviously it's been worth it. So I've been able to thrive under that pressure and, hopefully build up our Knockouts Championship as well as our Knockouts Division.
That's brilliant.
Definitely.
Thank you, Steve. You got a question?
Yeah. I say, you've definitely built the Knockouts Championship into something this past year, and we've seen over this past year you face many legends and real tough challengers. Who would you say throughout this past year has been your toughest challenger?
That's an easy answer because it's always Jordan Grace. Slammiversary last year, by far is probably one of my most favorite matches of my entire career. Of course, it was the first time I was winning a championship, so there's that. But I think that if you had to pick one match to encapsulate who Deonna Purrazzo, the Virtuosa, is, that Slammiversary match by far would give you the best insight as to who I am as a performer and what I do under that pressure. I think Jordan is a phenomenal wrestler, was a phenomenal champion, and that match just, again, one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's always up there with one of the best matches for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then the Iron Man match itself almost just matched it. Moving on, do you see yourself as the next knockout belt collector since after you've beaten Fabi Apache? Is like someone like Britt Baker on your radar?
Yeah, I've not been shy about how I wanted to be the person to step through that forbidden door. And, you know, unfortunately, up until this point, I have not been to AEW, but that's okay because I got to go to AAA. I got to wrestle Melina at NWA. So I really think Impact has kind of been the hub of this forbidden door. We've allowed our talent to go outside to numerous places. We've allowed talent from every other company to come into Impact Wrestling and either prove that they're the best or fall to the best of Impact. So, yeah, Britt Baker definitely is on my radar. She's one of my best friends, and I'm so thrilled to see all of the success that she's had over the last 2 or 3 years. But I want to be the belt collector. I'm the champ. I have 2 right now, so I think a 3rd one around my waist would make me picture perfect.
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah. You sort of mentioned about sort of how proud you are of the knockouts and everything. And another thing that obviously we saw, how proud Impact fans are to see you. How weird was it at Slammiversary this year when you were faced with the Impact fans for the first time in person?
Yeah, it was weird because we hadn't had fans for so long. And I also, as the Knockouts champion, had never had fans in the building while I was champion before. So it was kind of this mix of they've been really encouraging and really engaging on social media, but are they going to take to me the way maybe fans did years, before the pandemic happened? And will they like me as a champion? Am I gonna get that champion's welcome? So there was a ton of what ifs, but I think as performers, we thrive best and we do our best work when there are fans there.
Definitely.
And I had the opportunity to have a mystery opponent. So there was that facet to it where they were going to be excited anyway because they didn't know who was coming out. And while it ended up being Thunder Rosa, I think that was probably everyone's last guess of who my opponent would be. So they were so excited to see her. And I just think Slammiversary was kind of the perfect storm for me. Walking in as champion, having a mystery opponent, and then having a really great display, keeping my Knockouts championship, Mickie debuting after the match. It was just everything made the night so special.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on Knockouts Knockdown as well? Given how what were your thoughts on the Knockouts division as a whole? You briefly touched on it, but what was your thoughts on the event itself?
Yeah, the event was super special and close to my heart because I had wrestled on 2 Knockouts Knockdowns prior. So I wrestled Brooke Tessmacher on Knockouts Knockdown 2014. And then I came back for Knockouts Knockdown 2016 and wrestled Madison Rayne. And to be on the flip side of that, coming from that match with Brooke was my 8th professional wrestling match ever. And then, now Madison is one of my very best friends. So to now be on that flip side, it came really full circle to me to be the Knockouts champion on a Knockouts Knockdown. I felt like kind of everything I had done in my career led me up to that point. And I was really proud to be a part of that pay-per-view as the Knockouts champion. But then you got to see our entire division on display. And I think that our Knockouts division has always been ahead of the curve, have always broken those glass ceilings for women's wrestling as a whole. And to have this pay-per-view come back and continue to do that while I'm the Knockouts champion, while we have such a strong women's division, and then bringing, some of the best independent talent in to wrestle us. I mean, Masha Slamovich got offered a contract. So if that doesn't tell you that Impact is all in on our Knockouts division and who they're bringing in to be the future of that division, I don't know what else does.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll have to round it off here. So before we go, is there any last any words for Mickie James in your upcoming match for Bound for Glory? Any last words for her?
So post Knockouts Knockdown, they asked me to do a post-match interview that never got put on social media. And basically I told Mickie that she got a glimpse of her future at Knockouts Knockdown when I put the Venus de Milo onto Masha Slamovich. So Mickie James better be prepared for broken arms, bitch. So those are my last words. Those have been my last words. And I'm really looking forward to doing just that at Bound for Glory this Saturday.
And what a match that will be.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah. I'll say thank you ever so much for joining us today, Deonna. It's been an absolute pleasure. Do you have any final plugs? Do you have any final plugs or where anyone can find you at all?
Yeah, everyone can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Deonna Purrazzo.
Brilliant.
Oh, there you go. And you can find us on Wrestlebuddy at YouTube and Spotify. And thank you ever so much for joining us today with our guest, Deonna Purrazzo.
Thank you.